Have you ever laid down in bed completely exhausted, hoping to finally rest? But your mind felt like it was running a marathon. You close your eyes, but those thoughts start screaming, what if this goes wrong? Why did I say that? What about tomorrow? According to the World Health Organization, over 30% of the global population struggles with anxiety, and for many, nighttime is the hardest part. The silence outside only amplifies the noise inside your head. This video is for you, the one who's already tried everything: calming teas, meditation, sleep playlists, ... but still feels trapped in a loop of worry. Today, I want to share with you the night ritual that finally calmed my racing mind. It's not a magic formula, but it's something real, doable, and deeply transformative. If this topic touches something inside you, like this video, subscribe to Silent Wounds, and tell me in the comments. Let's turn this silent suffering into healing and self-care together. Night should be a refuge. But for those living with anxiety or unresolved emotional wounds, it becomes an invisible battleground. When the world slows down outside, your mind starts to speed up inside. And that's not a coincidence. During the day, we're overwhelmed with distractions, social media, tasks, people. But when we lie down, the silence reveals everything we tried to avoid feeling. Neuroscience has shown that in states of chronic stress, the brain activates the fight or flight response, even when there is no real danger. Cortisol levels spike and your body stays on high alert, making it hard to relax. Your heart races, your breathing gets shallow, your muscles tighten. It feels like you need to solve everything before you're allowed to rest. I call this silent chaos. On the outside, everything seems calm, but inside, your mind is begging for help. And maybe that's exactly where you are right now. Tired of fighting your own thoughts, but the truth is you don't need to fight. You need to listen to what your mind is trying to tell you. For a long time, my nighttime routine was just a cycle of failed attempts. I read articles, watched videos with titles like Sleep in 5 Minutes or The Trick That Cures Insomnia. I drank chamomile tea, played calming music, even left the TV on to distract myself. Nothing worked. And the more I tried to force sleep, the more my mind resisted. It was like the very act of trying to calm down only made me more anxious. If you've been there, you know how exhausting that is. You go to bed hoping for relief and find more tension instead. You start checking the time. It's already 2 a.m. If I fall asleep now, I'll get 4 hours. And that countdown becomes a cycle of guilt and desperation. Do you know why? Because most of the strategies we use are superficial. They don't reach what's behind the racing mind. They try to silence the thoughts, but forget to care for them. Most nights, my mind didn't want silence. It wanted to be heard. Every racing thought was actually my emotional system trying to say, hey, there's something in here that still hurts. And only when I stopped trying to shut off my mind and started understanding what it was trying to show me, things began to shift. The truth is, behind every racing mind, there's a soul that's tired of carrying the world alone. And I know that because I lived it. My name is Elena Gray. I'm 36 years old, a psychologist, a wife, and a mother of 2 beautiful girls. One is 6, the other is 11. For years, I helped other people find emotional balance. But every night when the house went quiet, something inside me would start to scream. My thoughts became unbearable. I replay things my father used to say, flashbacks from professional disappointments, the guilt of yelling at my daughter. And when everyone else was asleep, I cried in silence. The pressure to be strong all the time was slowly destroying me from the inside. I felt like a fraud, a psychologist helping others while secretly begging for help myself. It went on like that for months. I tried formulas, empty rituals, even considered medication. But it was at rock bottom that I finally understood something. My mind didn't want to be controlled. It wanted to be held. And that's when everything began to shift. Not overnight, but night after night. And I'm about to share with you the exact moment I realized what my mind truly needed, and how that became the beginning of real healing. Stay with me. You might live this transformation too. The turning point didn't come from a miracle video or a pill. It came from a question that hit me like a quiet thunder. What if, instead of trying to silence your mind, you started listening to it with compassion? That night, instead of shutting the thoughts down, I let them come, but through a different lens. I asked myself, what are these thoughts trying to protect me from? And I realized that many of them came from fear. Fear of failing as a mother, a wife, a professional. Behind each racing thought, there was a poorly digested emotion, an old trauma, a pain I avoided during the day. So I started writing. Not to plan my to-do list or make a gratitude journal, like they always tell you to, but to empty my soul. I poured every worry, every wound, every insecurity onto the page, and something shifted. My mind, once in chaos, began to trust that it would finally be heard. I began to understand my anxiety wasn't the enemy. It was a cry for attention. It just needed space. It needed listening. It needed holding. That night, I slept in peace for the first time in months, not because the anxiety disappeared, but because, for the first time, it was received with love. And that is exactly what led me to create the ritual I'm going to teach you in the next part of this video. A simple ritual, deep, and completely transformational. Are you ready to learn it step by step? Perfect. Let's move into the most practical and healing part of this video. The ritual that brought me relief didn't come from a manual. It was born from pain and listening. Let me walk you through the exact steps I follow every night, steps you can adopt to your own life. It doesn't require anything fancy or expensive, just presence. Step 1, sacred space. I turn off all bright lights and leave only a soft, warm amber light in the room. I diffuse a gentle aroma, lavender or lemongrass, and sometimes I hold a warm cup of tea in my hands. That setup sends a direct message to my nervous system. It's time to slow down now. Step 2, emotional release writing. I grab my notebook and write freely, no filters. It's not a diary. It's not a to-do list. It's a space for raw emotional release. I write everything that hurt me, stressed me, worried me. This helps the brain close open loops from the day and calms the amygdala, the part of the brain that regulates fear and alertness. Step 3, anchoring breath. I lie down, place my hands over my belly, and practice the 4-7-8 breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly for 8 seconds. I repeat this for 3 to 5 minutes. This breath activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for deep rest and healing. Step 4, safety declaration. In a soft voice or silently in my mind, I repeat, I am safe now. My day is over. I deserve to rest. It might sound simple, but our brain needs this kind of closure to switch off the alert mode. Step 5, body connection. I do a light body scan, noticing where there's tension and slowly letting it go. Sometimes I play soft instrumental music and simply allow myself to feel. Where is the tension? What is it trying to tell me? This entire ritual takes about 20 to 30 minutes. And no, it doesn't make every problem disappear, but it gives me something priceless, peace to rest and energy to face the next day. And the best part, you can adapt it, swap the writing for drawing if you prefer. Use essential oils, take a warm bath, or even say a prayer. What matters is that this ritual becomes yours. In the final part of this video, I'm going to show you how to fit this ritual into your own routine, even if you have kids, limited time, or share your space with others. And I'll share the real results I experience with it. Let's go. After I began this ritual, there was no overnight miracle, but little by little, my mind stopped racing. The nighttime anxiety attacks became less frequent. And most importantly, I started feeling like I had some control over my own well-being again. I began waking up with more clarity. My mornings, once gray and heavy, began to feel lighter. I had more patience with my daughters, more presence in my therapy sessions, and more kindness toward myself. And it all began at night, in silence, in the listening of what I had been ignoring all day. If you feel like you don't have time, if life feels overwhelming, if your kids demand too much of you, I understand. But self-care doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be real. You can adapt this ritual. If time is short, just do the breathing and writing. If you share a room, do it mentally, with your eyes closed. If you're emotionally drained, start with just one step. The most important thing is to begin. And now, before we finish, I want to leave you with a night relief mini kit so you can try it tonight, even if you feel completely broken inside. 1. Dim the lights or light a candle. Low lighting tells your brain it's time to relax. Avoid screens for the last 30 minutes of your night. 2. Take a piece of paper and write what's holding you down today. No filters. Let it out. Empty yourself. 3. Do 3 rounds of 4-7-8 breathing. It slows your heart and quiets your body. 4. Close your eyes and say silently, "Today I did what I could. Tomorrow is a new day." 5. Drink something warm. Bring warmth to your body and to your heart. And above all, be gentle with yourself. The path to healing isn't about speed, it's about presence. If this video touched something inside you, like it now, share it with someone you care about, and comment below. Tonight, I choose to slow down. You are not alone. In the silence of the night, there is healing. And it begins the moment you allow yourself to feel. I'll leave in the card the video that goes even deeper. You will only find peace after facing this pain. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. With all my heart, your friend, Elena Gray.